Do you believe it? The wife of a police officer who knows the law should have been avenged. The whole family of 3 people dropped dead just because of her ex arguing with someone else on the road. She arrested him for 7 days helping her ex. As a result, that person has a criminal record. Brought RA into his father-in-law's house. And coincidentally, the day my father-in-law got beat up, I called the police officer's wife for help. But she's busy to pick up her ex's son at kindergarten. And he scolded me with a wicked heart. She hung up directly. When she came home, it was a murder. I went to visit my father-in-law and mother-in-law that day as usual. As a result, when the door was opened, I saw a man about 50 years old. He is holding a sharp knife in his hand. Watchful look towards me opening the door. You can't come in if you dare. I'll drop them dead. I look at them. When I saw my mother-in-law and sister-in-law tied up with rope. And that man has 1 foot on his father-in-law's head. Everyone who sees me is excited. Dad tries to stand up. As a result, he was kicked in the stomach. If you move again, I'll kill you first. Don't fucking come in. Who are you? You son of a bitch. I was arrested by her, so now my son can't go to the army. My daughter can't take the college exam either. Our whole family was ruined by her. If this is not resolved today, I'll drop her whole family dead because her ex had a stomachache. Because when you're cycling, you don't pay attention to others. There was a conflict. Save as a police chief to avenge him. He was arrested on charges of beating people. Now the money has been released. The first thing to do is to take revenge. His scream, it caught the attention of the neighbors around. The hallway was quickly watched by the people. Chen encroached. More and more people are gathering. See great money. More and more excited. I hurried to calm his mood, big brother. I am the husband of Saved as Yen. Don't do anything stupid. I'll call you back as soon as I can. I took out my phone and called for it to be saved. Tell her the situation and tell her to leave immediately. Results on Kia phone. I hear the contemptuous tone of Save as Yen. Trong Van Vi, are you sick? I just went to pick up the dead guy's kid once. You can make up a story like that. I said, tell me about Trong Van Vi from Worthy CA today. I promised him I'm going to take his kid to the amusement park. Don't bother me. She hung up because I put the speakerphone on. Big Money and the surrounding neighbors all hear the words of the Saved as Yen. What kind of girl is a cop? I don't care about my family. It's worse than any domestic animal raising a girl like that. Not even with a dog. Can't you hear me? People are busy hanging out with other men and children. You have time to take care of your parents. Big Money is on the verge of losing control. I hurried to my knees. Please, I agree to whatever you ask. Don't hurt them. I knelt on the ground and kept kowtowing. The mood of the money is somewhat stable. I only have one request. Get the fuck out of here. Sorry, thank you. Don't worry. Give me a little more time. I'll definitely let her go. Sorry. Your phone is locked and cannot be contacted. I can only ask her colleague for help. Her colleague doesn't have a phone number. So I shivered and dialed 110 to call the police. I can't believe the phone just connected. Then there's Du's voice from behind. I remember RA. Parking from behind is Saved as Yen, thanks. Assigned to the command center as a temporary employee. My job now is to take calls to the police. But right now, I didn't care who he was anymore. Quickly tell him the situation here. Tell him to find a way to get in touch with her as soon as possible. If she doesn't come back. Her parents and sister are actually going to go see you. It's parked over there on the other end of the line. When laughing for an hour, Trong Van Vi, do you really want to help me pick him up? You cursed her family again. You're an exemplary husband. I said, let me tell you. The 110 phone number is not for indiscriminately calling. If you call the fake press again, be careful. I'll get her to get you back. The neighbor saw him hang up. Take your phone and call the police immediately. As a result, they were all warned. Save as if Yen does not appear. Big Money completely loses its mind. Okay, you ruined my whole family. Then let's all die together. I can't wait to be a police officer in my dream. She just wants to help her ex get revenge. I can't wait to get revenge. The whole family of 3 fell. I was just in time to save my wife's injured sister. The people around the AI are also scared. I can only stand and watch money disappear in the heavy traffic in front of the apartment building. Until I took my sister-in-law to the operating room. People from the police station slowly just arrived. Leaving the moon. Colleague of Saved as Yen. I saw 2 bodies covered in white cloth and the red light in front of the operating room. They're all terrified. The deputy chief of police spoke in a loud voice. Panic quickly came to my side. Dude, what happened? Why didn't you call the police? What's the point of calling the police? I called the police. You told me to fake it. I'll call your police school. But he's busy picking me up. What are you? You and I have no children. Not my child. He is the son of Doe, who is in your command center. That's him. Told me on the phone that I was fake. He also said that if I dared to call again, I would be arrested. It's absurd. It's lawless. This is outrageous. I'll call the facility right away. He took out his phone, called out, saved it. The phone has just been connected. He's stuck in the saddle. Save it as you go. Please keep in your place. I'm the police chief. You're just a deputy police chief. Have any right to ask me? I'm in GA train. Tell me anything. I'm busy. GA train? What do you go GA train? I've been so tired lately. The rumors are nothing to worry about. Just say you want to go out. So I'm on leave. They travel with their parents to relax. When I heard about this, I immediately laughed angrily. As if your parents were no longer there. Your sister's in the emergency room. You have a nose for travel. Have you been cheated on? If you are sick, I always see you as a friend. I can't believe you're on the same side as that lunatic. Tricked me together. Don't think I don't know. You've been tricked into fooling me. Your grace is too much. What is the use of that name Zhang Wenwei? And you helped him curse my whole family. I want to be quiet these days. Don't call me. When she finished, she hung up. Erection recall sound reminds machine is off. He hung up at the same time. The lights on the operating room door are also off. The surgeon opened the operating room. The patient's family is the patient's family. I'm her brother-in-law. Life can be kept, but the wound on the cheek must be too deep. It will definitely leave a scar. Moreover, her hand was seriously injured. We can only cut it off. The patient who's lost too much blood is still in a coma. Go to the intensive care unit to watch for a while. In the blink of an eye, my whole body was drained. I just felt this intense dizziness, dazed against the wall. I almost couldn't stand and sit down for a long time. I just feel the blood in me. Me and Saved as Yen married 5 years. She passed the police exam that year. I chose to stay in the city to accompany her. In this family, they never made me feel warm. The opposite of my feelings for them, deeper than the saddle. But now only because of the arrogance of Saving as Yen. Just because of her vanity, she killed her parents by herself. I made my sister disabled for the rest of her life. Through thick glass lining, I saw my wife's sister lying in a hospital bed. I was so angry that I wanted to drop dead. It's like crazy to make a phone call. But they're all off. He called again for the quiz. But the phone just went off for 2 hours and then it hung up. Call back is also off. Now I have no strength. Let's talk about her and her death. In addition to cooperating with the police, I have to prepare for my father-in-law and mother-in-law. I have to watch my wife's sister in the care room. This serious domestic murder case has been noted high altitude. Land spread everywhere. Many different newspapers also land transmitted everywhere. 2 days, 2 nights coma. It's like Hoa finally woke up for worrying about her health. I just asked the doctor to tell her to rest assured. The news of the death of his father and mother-in-law. 3 days later, the results of the autopsy were released. I received the bodies of my father-in-law and mother-in-law to the funeral home for cremation. When I came out of the funeral home, in the back seat of the car, 2 boxes of ashes were added. Our parents are coming home. I temporarily put the ashes of my father-in-law and mother-in-law discharged from the hospital, and she took them to the funeral. She is also the daughter of her parents. I can't decide this on my own. Lu Hoa's health recovered very quickly. Very quickly was transferred to the usual hospital room. I know the bad news about my parents. She just nonchalantly nods, and I'm worried. Afraid she's excited. If you want to cry, just cry. Don't hold back, there's a brother-in-law here. My brother-in-law will always be by my side. My brother-in-law, where are your sisters? Save as HOA sisters. All right, sister-in-law. You don't have to talk anymore. Actually, that day, that guy broke into our house with a knife. Tie us up. They are screaming to find their sisters. I know for sure she did something. I can't believe my parents are really gone. The dead cannot rise again. Let's think about it. My brother-in-law didn't expect you to be like this. Not only infidelity, but also the death of the biological parents. Do you still accept me as your wife's sister? I've accepted you all my life. Don't worry, sister, wait for you to get well. My brother-in-law will take me to the best hospital to erase the scars on your face. Brother-in-law. Really, that day I heard you calling my sister. My brother-in-law wants her and that son of a bitch dead. Because the case is so obvious. So, in addition to chasing the unsub who dropped the big money, nothing seems to have changed. Because the police department temporarily put down the murder, it doesn't cause much controversy online. The police chief has 15 days of leave. So for a family of BA who's missing, it doesn't make a lot of waves. If not, it would have flown back soon. I just got out of work that night. Preparation of porridge, let's save as HOA. As a result, when I opened the door, I saw a dead end sitting cross-legged in the living room, just like a little cat, curled up in his lap. Saw me return to do two behind the tone teasing me. You call the fake newspaper and get out of here. I'll drop you dead. I didn't expect to be a police chief's wife in my dreams. She's just partial to helping her ex get revenge. I can't believe I got revenge. My parents dropped out. Even my beautiful sister lost an arm. I told her everything. But she scolded me for being cruel. Then turn your back. Take a trip with your ex to heal your soul. I just got home that day. To travel about, like a little cat curled up in the lap of an ex. What time is it? I just got home. Nothing. I'm going to buy some cooking. See the disgusted face of Saved as Yen. I don't want to say another word directly to the kitchen. Think that Save as HOA is in the period of recovery. You shouldn't eat greasy food. So I'm going to cook egg porridge for her. Who expected to save as Saddle chiseled Theo into the kitchen. I saw that I was cooking porridge and immediately turned around. What are you cooking porridge for? Are you going to feed the pigs? I told you to cook some delicious food. Are you deaf or can't you hear? My face is slowly turning blue, but saved as if not seen. My increasingly grim expression, still leading the charge yourself. If you like to eat fish, go buy the fish. His child is growing. Go back to the basement and buy more ribs. Children also like to eat meat. If you want to eat, do it yourself. I don't have time to be your birth model and your boyfriend. Truong Van Vi, you are angry with AI? Tell me to cook a meal that I can still enjoy. I said, let me tell you. Van Vi, don't be jealous. I am a man. How hard is it to divorce a child alone? I just care about him a little more. If it wasn't because he was attracted to his parents, how could you have a chance to marry me? I warned you. If you make me lose face in front of death, you'll know what hands know. I made her lose face. Stay as still as an irritated animal. He grabbed my collar and tried to hit me now. Park from the side. I don't want to do. So it looks like I parked. I can't eat the rice you cooked. Let's go out and eat. I know a very good Sichuan spicy restaurant. I've wanted to try it for a long time. Get out of here. If you are still angry, I invite you to eat. even if you don't have time. Then don't follow. Save it like you're too much. You don't pretend anymore. In front of me, you brought your lover home. I warn you for the last time. Me and the dead are clean. If you dare to be rude to him again, don't blame me for being disrespectful. I don't want to worry about the crazy couple. I've decided not to cook anymore. I'm going through the living room. I accidentally glanced up at the desk. My back immediately broke into a cold sweat. 2 boxes of ashes on Lou's desk. Where are you? I'm mad about this. I don't know what your mind is thinking. What is not in the house? 2 boxes of ashes. The play also plays the whole thing. Don't tell me there's my parents' ashes inside. Keep it quiet, I'm not kidding you. It's really your parents' ashes. You believe me or not, it's over. My parents' house is a crime scene. Before solving the case, no one can enter, so I can only temporarily put the ashes at home. Who suspected that their own daughter? Think props for cheating. Truong Van Vi, you make me laugh to death. I didn't tell you you showed those too. People who know you think you're scaring away. People who don't know you think you're cursing somebody. I didn't pay attention to Du's sarcasm. My mother and father treated me like a son. I can't let them die. People throw away the ashes. Just like that, I asked you one last time. Where did the students throw it? Truong Van Vi, please talk to me nicely. Those 2 unlucky things. I've been saving it for a long time. I said, let me tell you, this is unlucky. You don't want to scare people later. No, the ashes of his wife's parents were thrown away. I was so angry that I was beaten to death. Who told you to throw it away? Just throw it away and pick it up. Just like your husband beat you up, and watch. I hear the screams of my ex, as if he had no words. Directly slap me in the face. She's the police chief of the police station. That slap was strong. Spanked me with dizziness. In my ears it's all up. Even in the nose, there's a hot flow of blood. Truong Van Vi, you've had enough. I told you not to humiliate me. You don't hear. Truong Van Wei, today if I don't arrest you, I'll follow them. Of course I heard him say that. Silently agree immediately. Parked over the phone that's turned 10 off. Days in bag. Call a colleague to call the police. AI suspects they've just turned on hundreds of messages they've been pouring in. A while later, the police officer is still holding the phone on the spot. The whole world is trembling. Death by death. Go to the police and I'll arrest him. I'll help you get revenge. It's like your parents are really dead. Everyone finished watching. Please give me a like for my son. Thank you for watching the entire video. Tian Born Boy and voiceover. See you guys in the next video. What are you talking about? As Truong Van Vi said, it is not wrong. My parents are gone, as if to hurry up and turn on the phone. Until I saw the curses. And countless missed calls. She just looked at me with horror on her face. My parents are really, really dead. You didn't see it all. Truong Van Vi, you are cruel. Why didn't you tell me? Save as yen. Please use your brain to think carefully. Did I tell you? Even if you are dissatisfied with me. But my parents have always been kind to you. You close your eyes when they're hurt. Why didn't you call the police? My parents treated you so well. Do you still have a conscience? I seem to have heard the joke, the best in the world. I laughed so hard that I almost got down on my stomach. You know why I didn't call the police? You use your brain to think it over. That day, AI was the operator. If you don't remember, I don't mind reminding you. She travels, she thinks for AI. Why did you forget so quickly? He looked at the dead end with red eyes. He shook his head with a fake face. Don't listen to what he says. These are all his lies. You didn't get a call to the police. Come on. What are you talking about? Save as saddle your reception department. There is no call recording. You can check it yourself. Truong Van Vi, do not be asked by elephants. Stay as still as you are. Now you want your parents to suffer for this. Your sister still has one arm missing. Located in the hospital. What about you? To remain with this evil enemy in intimate love. Do you feel the glory? Quitting alcohol is impossible. It's impossible. My parents live 100 years. How can you die? You must be fooling me. You must be fooling me, right? Save as English looking towards the desk, a real-life layer of fear on her hideous face. She reached out her hand and pointed to the office. His voice trembled, almost speechless. Those two things are really static. I ask you for the last time, your parents, your mother, where did you throw me? In the hospital as Yen. See the anti-inert arm of Save as HOA. She changed her previous arrogant attitude. 1 hour kneeling in front of your hospital bed as HOA. Like flowers, I am assured. I will find the best doctor for you. That son of a bitch hurt me like that. I will definitely catch him myself. Captain, I don't think it's necessary. The one who hurt our family is you. How dare you tell me with a thick face? We must punish the bad guys. It's not like that. Your parents have been gone for days. You said why you don't like it. These are all your works. You've done that to people before. I want to help the bastard get revenge. They don't even care about the life of the whole family. That's enough as flowers. You are my sister. I talk to you like that. You are now my only family in the world. All the mistakes are yours. It's not that Zhang Vanwei is not at fault. He wasn't at the SAO scene at the time. Why did he close his eyes when his parents were hurt? Why didn't he replace the three of you by himself? Because he basically doesn't see you as family. Do you understand? I saw you brainwashed by him. Your parents are apart from you. He's also responsible. Save as HOA. I looked at my sister with an unbelievable expression. Absolutely. I can't believe she's so unscrupulous. Go away. I will no longer have a sister like you. Don't go to your parents' funeral. I'm afraid you'll disturb them. It sounds like Hoa said she'll hold a funeral for her parents. The back saved as saddle immediately gets cold sweat wearing lace. She faltered and arranged her words. That's it. That's the parents' cut. I found out later. For cutting off her in-laws' parents, she threw them into a nearby sewer until she wants to go back and find it. Found out Cho cut off her parents' had been garbage truck waste, along with construction waste. I don't know where it's going. She carefully explained with Save as HOA. I threw my parents' sand. As a result, it is as if they are angry until you get out of the hospital room. Almost became a stinger. Blood pouring down her forehead. She can't feel it. Like a zombie leaving the hospital. She just walked out of the hospital gate. It was stopped by the deputy leader. The director's parents are like that. Why is something so cheap? Not far from there, the great power hiding in the dark bit his teeth. Fire red eyes filled with hate fire. Don't worry, I will take care of you myself. He also set up an investigation team. Just because of your rotten fish. We've lost our advanced title. You guys are really bad luck 8 times. You're the one who killed your parents. The dead person is not you. To face the criticism and ridicule of his subordinates, Save as Yen does not express any anger. To face everyone's Han question, she calmly asked Han the situation of Du Zichang. He's just a temporary worker. Probably not. Why? Save the captain. I didn't know you were in love before. That's why they sold you. What is just temporary work? Police call alarm display. In 20 minutes it happened. He turned down at least 13 calls to the police. Request to go to the scene. They don't even check and report. There were calls when I heard the address. Directly hang up the phone, threatening people to report fake police. You want to let people fight. The department's investigation team for him proceeded to ask Han. He said it was all because of Miss Sai. There's no way I didn't tell him to say that. I've been a police officer for a long time. How can I tell him? Not answering the reporter's phone. Everyone has a recording. The evidence is clear. What else do you have to say? As if I had no words to say that night. They were taken by the investigation team to an unknown location because of a murder case in this
Very
city. Bad influence. Save it like a saddle and die. Separately convicted
For lack of
and lack of
responsibility
strength to carry out the
to be
task.
dealt with in accordance
Death to
with
be
the law.
excused. Has provided a lot of recordings
With
of him.
Save as Yen.
In their Saved as Yen, she told me she didn't have to worry about
It's
Jiang Wenwei
crazy.
because of the special nature of this case. Save as
Deprived
Yen, of the right to work in the police
lack
force
of
and lack of
responsibility.
strength to carry out the
Expelled
task. From the police force. He died for being a temporary worker. It's just a lack of responsibility. Penalized compensation for the victim's family. 180,000 yuan. But Save as Yen, back in case sister saved as HOA, cannot come. He has publicly expressed his forgiveness for his death. Refused this compensation amount. I just came out of the hospital to hear this news. Almost crazy. Save as you know. Now she can't communicate with Save as HOA. Let's save like flowers, ignore hatred. She actually left me as a middle speaker to comfort
Save
her.
as
HOA skipped Cho death over. Save as Yen. You have no conscience. I have more conscience
Her
than
parents
you. Were killed and killed indirectly. You still dare. Let his sister be disabled. Forgive the evil enemy. Your brain is full of rat shit. Truong Van Vu only this time. Please help me again. I really can't be with you one more day. If you want a divorce, then I'll go to court and see who loses face. Now, this has become a hot news story online. So Save as Yen can only swallow the depression, sign a divorce contract and leave the house. Go out of the office and register. I immediately sold the house. And Save as HOA also sold the old house, a small workshop in his grandfather's house, converted to Satodio. After the divorce, Save as public saddle on the side parked from behind. Because you're stuck and saved like a public affectionate. Discovered by his ex-wife. My ex-wife also found out. The dead man stealthily transfers his money directly to the court. I almost kicked him out of the house in a state of unclothed. If it was before, I might argue with her about this. But what does she do now? I'm not surprised. They quickly moved into the house of the dead. 3 people live their own lives. Because the ashes of her parents-in-law were saved and thrown away. So Save as HOA can only collapse of parents-in-law's old clothes. Put it in a box of ashes like a dress. Tomorrow funeral. As a result, Theo and his son appeared, forcing him to bow down to his parents. Let the 2 of you recognize your grandson, but save it as you see it. There was a heated argument. And then this video was taken by people who attended the funeral, posted online. 'Cause a big shock. Keep it quiet and do a bad job. Exposed without hiding on the internet. Attracted a wave of criticism online, even the personal information of 2 people. It's also been dug up by enthusiastic internet users. Details. So much so that what's the lock on the wing of the Do family? Also exposed. It also brings disaster to their families. The great power of death when detained as Yen arrest. His son had already passed the political test. Completely lose the right to enter 5. And the daughter's getting ready for college. Because I can't stand the shock. With mental illness, the wife of the great power only feels that it is all because of money. Great power sigh, not half a word. Pack your bags and run away. Great power money after dropping parents saved as Yen fled. On the net saw users throwing stones saved as Yen. Again see information and addresses exposed online. So big money has no way back. Choose the path to the end. He stealthily returned to the city they were in. He leaned on the darkness, knocking on the door of Du Z's house. Who are you looking for? Don't come near me. Save as I said. I'll definitely pick you up myself. Don't. Everyone finished watching. For Vu Tian Born Boy, please Thank you for watching the entire video. Vu Tian Born Boy translated See you and guys dubbed. In the next video. Being the wife of a cop I never expected. She just wants to help her ex out. I didn't expect revenge from the enemy. It's a family of 3. I was able to save my injured wife's sister. Before the police arrived at Yang's house, I found out he was not intact. As Yen and the son of Yang tied to a chair. They both pushed the injured. There's hardly a piece of healthy skin left. Modern strength casually sitting on the chair. Watch the video of Vu Tianborn boy on the name
As if
6
it had
ginseng.
nothing
to do with him. When I and Save as HOA
And
go
get
to the
notified.
hospital. I've seen Saved as saddled in bed. And Commander Yang Ming became a fool. I found out later, great powers have caught Yangtze province over and then conspired to capture the province as Yan when everyone has passed out. In front of Yang and Yang Ming. He steamed matches like Yen 100 times. Now the Yangtze is dead. The police finally found it. His injured head in the toilet. It's like a broken spine leading to paralysis. The rest of my life, you have to stay in bed for someone else to serve you. Even so, Save has still no regrets. She's in a hospital bed. Please save the HOA to adopt Marshal Duong Min. It's like you are alone. No matter what, it is still the son of the dead. It's like your sister's child is the aunt of the child. I can't leave it behind. It looks like Hoa didn't say anything. She looked at me again. For the love of husband and wife. Please advise me to save like a flower. Can you help me? Now it's only listening to you. Please. Save it like a flower, think about it. Because a child has no parents. Do you want to trade your whole life? Don't worry, you can be so stupid. Don't blame me. I've been hurt by you like that. I haven't dropped you dead yet. Then take me to see my parents. You should thank the peaceful society for saving you. Save as Hoa said, leave the cry of Save as Yen. He walked out of the hospital with me. 2 years later, our online store sells H products. Me and Save as HOA also received more orders. Earn money. I contacted the best cosmetic hospital in the country to completely remove the scar on the face. Give Saved her a hand. As HOA. We celebrated again that day. As usual, we had a big contract. After dinner we went for a walk on the shopping street. Suddenly I saw a beggar. Use your hands to support the board. Next to the beggar head hair tangled. Is a silly little laughing black boy. Face full of mud. Please come over. Please come back. Please give me something to eat. Please feel sorry for our mother. My money would rather feed the dog than give you. And Save like a flower pulling my hand. Passing by the beggar. I turned my head and looked. I cannot help but admire the sky. The wicked will be punished for many bad things. She'll actually be notified. The story is over.